Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this movie.
Oh,
Within 5 minutes, I was like cracking up hysterically. And all the way through, I was like, man, I love this movie so much. It reminds me of like awkward, terrible high school. And like, you know what I mean? For you guys, what was it that drew you want to be a part of this?
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, the script was just so fun to read and it's seriously like it really flourished on screen though. I mean, seriously, the direction and how everything came together. I think it's such an interesting perspective, such a great protagonist. And I think, the way it's just even so stylized and the way it's shot, it's such a actually such a beautiful movie. The cinematography is so gorgeous. And if you're reading the script, it might not be like your first instinct, to go in that direction, but it works so well when you do see it all together like that. And I think it makes for a really eccentric and exciting movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Peyton, how
I
about for
agree.
you?
I think just reading the script, it's so well written, it's so well fleshed out. And I think something that's kind of unique about it is how well developed all the characters are in the film. I think it's often that you see like your central characters being really three-dimensional, really interesting, really nuanced, and then everyone around them is kind of playing these stereotypes.
Yeah.
And I think getting to see lots of really interesting dynamic characters was like really kind of exciting and fun. And then seeing all of the really talented, creative people that got to play those roles and see all those like little nuances to the characters, I think was really like exciting for me about being a part of the project.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially your character, Peyton, like we get to see more of her towards the end and like her arc complete in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
I mean, I think it's fun getting to see like who would typically be the mean girl or typically be like just the jock or typically just be the popular kid or however like often in films people are or characters are put into these boxes.
Mhm.
I think it was kind of cool to see characters that really like broke out of those molds in a lot of different ways and in different kind of unexpected directions. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I felt that way about Justin too. Like we get to see so much of him. He could have been like just the new kid that everyone ignored or but he fits right in immediately and he's like so nice to Brian right from the beginning, even though he really should have not been. But I'm very glad that he
Right.
was, you
Right.
know?
No, yeah, I love it. I think it's such their relationship is so adorable to me and it was so much fun to play with Ben. And just have yeah, it was just such a collaborative experience for everyone on that set. And so they really let us play and have a lot of fun for sure.
That's what I was gonna ask. How much of this? Because, like, I mean, you see the bloopers even at the end, just between Randall and Edie. But I'm like, I feel like so many scenes throughout this must have been you guys just playing around with improv.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I mean, that's what was so exciting and so wonderful, that Will and everyone created such an amazing environment for all of us to feel safe and like that we can express ourselves in what we think is funny and things like that. And that's what's so fun is watching, everyone's different versions of these characters interacting. And it was so much fun. Like you would call action and they really never like stopped us from doing anything that we wanted to do in the moment. And so that's what was so exciting is every take was completely different than the last. And so even when I was it was finally time for me to see the movie. I was like, I have literally no clue what I'm saying in this movie or what's going to make it into the final cut. But I so love the way it was put together. And I think it just makes for a really it's kind of spur of the moment and like exciting viewing experience for sure because you can really feel everyone's individuality really shining through, I think.
Yeah, Peyton, did you get to have a lot of improv moments too? Because you have some parts that I feel like you guys could have just gone off to say who knows what.
Yes, yes, there was a lot of that. And it's funny, like coming from more traditional sets where you're like, okay, the scene's over. Like, are they gonna call cut? And instead it just like goes on and everyone's just like throwing in what they want to say. And like I think a lot of the fun of those moments are like, yes, the improv lines, but also everyone's reactions, because you just can't like make up some of the like utter shock and like laughter or confusion when we were like, oh, is it okay to say that? Like, all of those moments were just like very authentic and real. And so it was really fun getting to be a part of an environment that was so collaborative and just like very fluid and alive. It's just very like rewarding as a creative person, I think, to have that kind of freedom.
Well, congratulations, you guys. Seriously, this movie, I'm telling you, I was like, oh, this will be cute. And I was dying like 5-10 minutes in. And then all the way through, I was like, I can't believe these people are saying these things. This is crazy. This movie is so good.
So happy you liked it. Thank you so much. That means the world.
Oh, congratulations. I can't wait to watch it again. So thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're the best. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Thank you. Well, I got to tell you, first of all, I love this movie. Like 5 minutes in, I was dying, cracking up. It's so fun. But I love you and Ben together. And I love that those moments really let us kind of look further into him. It's like a small but mighty role, I say. So what was it like working with him?
He's a delight. It was, I'm so glad they cast him in this role. That was the first excellent move that Will made, and he's exactly what you'd think he would be. He's very facile, very smart. He's improvisatory. I mean, we basically did the lines, but he's within the lines. Do you know what I mean? He throws curveballs, and I love that kind of acting. And we shot it all in one day.
One day?
On one day, yeah.
Wow.
Which actually made it better because we sort of got into the groove, and there was a familiarity. I think one of the reasons we go to therapy is just so you can go to a safe place and say what you want to say safely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what's so important about these scenes in this movie is that, we really get to see what he's really truly feeling and thinking. But of course they're funny as well. Like, I love how you're just like, your character's like, you're the only person who lies down on this couch. Like that stuff like that. It was so funny. But like, what was it about this project that drew you to it? Even knowing you'd be in just for in and out with one day.
My daughter, Sophia Macy's in the film. She's one of the stars. And she put the blab on me. She said, there's this shrink. They want you to do it. Will you do it? And I had just done a film with Pete Fairley. We did Ricky Stenicki together. And Will had done a movie with Pete. And so everyone said, you should do this. So for some reason, there was some fumble getting the script to me, or I would have said much earlier, yes, I'll do it. When I finally read the script, like you, I thought, oh, this is a no-brainer. This is delightful. I love that, especially those beginning scenes with the family. They're so adult.
Yeah, I know, they're so good. And so much of it reminded me of my family. Like my girls are 13 and 14, but like we poke fun at each other all the time. Like if one of our kids was going to do something that's out of their wheelhouse, we'd be like, okay, good luck. Yeah. It feels relatable and real, which is what I really appreciate about it.
Yeah. And loving. There's a loving family and some high performing individuals there.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it seems like there's so much improv in this. You said you guys kind of stuck to the lines, but did you have any room to play? Because I mean, even the bloopers at the end show so much of Edie and Randall just going off doing whatever.
I'm an old-fashioned guy. And so when it comes to improv, I have very specific feelings about it. I think if they send you a great script and you love it, I think the smart actor says, these are better lines than anything I can come up with. And if you can come up with better lines than that, you should start writing.
Right? Yeah, right.
But until then, shut up and say the lines they say. They've written for you because they're better. And Which is not to say, and Will did this, when we had gotten through the lines, he would keep rolling. And Ben would say something, and I would say something. And he threw in a couple of curveballs, try it this way, try it that way. And Ben's really loose with this stuff, and something would pop into his head and he would say it. I'm okay for that. I think the first thing you do is you get down what the writer wrote, because that's what brought us all here.
Right.
So
No,
it must be pretty good.
exactly. No, that makes perfect sense.
I got to say, I remember when television started going to the comedy clubs to cast, especially after Saturday Night Live. And I can see those films, and I know when the script ends and when the actors start talking in the finished product. I can tell. They tell a joke, it's really funny, and then they tell the joke 3 more times. That's
No.
because that's because they're actors and not writers. A writer would know you can't tell the same joke again, but actors are pretty stupid. If it worked once, they'll keep going.
No, I know exactly what you mean. There's times when you're like, okay, but you already just said that
Yeah.
twice. Like now you're just repeating yourself. Yeah, it worked. Now it's getting old. I know exactly what you're talking about. What do you hope that like kids take away from this? Because I'm watching this and going, I want to watch this with my teenagers. Like I want them to learn, that it's like okay to be yourself, but also maybe rein it in, not like freak out like he does all the time.
Yes, it's a film for our time. We need no ghost from the grave to tell us that 14, 15, 16, 17 years old is a really, really tough time. You don't know what you want to do with your life. I know, neither did I. You're not clear about your sexuality. Get on the bus. Who is? You're not comfortable in your skin. You would be an outlier if you were. Jesus, when you're 16, especially 16-year-old boys, you're not comfortable in your skin because you actually don't fit in your skin.
No, exactly.
Either your skin is too big and you can't fill it up, or it's too small and you're going to burst at the seams. It's a tough time of the year. I said this earlier. So one of the things I think that's missing from us is faith. Not faith in God, which I got no problems with, but faith in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's once you get old enough, you start to see a pattern in your life. That thing which I thought was going to end my life, which was the end of humanity, well, it didn't turn out that bad. It was okay. Something changed. I didn't see it all. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And that's my message to my daughters. That's my message to me. When I want to flip out, I just go, just wait a few days. I mean, smart people say, when you're pissed off, write a letter,
Yeah,
but don't send it.
exactly.
Wait a week, and then you'll tear it up.
Right, because it won't be important anymore to you.
It's not important anymore, and you don't mean it. It's just emotions. We're
Yeah.
highly emotional beings, and we got to give ourselves a break. So
Yeah.
that's what I think they'll get from Brian. He's as wound up as tight as anybody I've seen on screen in a long time, and he's going to be just fine.
Exactly. No, I agree. Well, congratulations. This movie, like I said, it's already one of my favorites of the year. And I got to say, Train Dreams was one of my favorites of last year. Phenomenal film. So
It's 2 for 2.
yep. You're killing it. You're killing it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, I got to tell you, this was like the comedic powerhouse duo that I did not know I needed in my life. And then the two of you are so good in this movie.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh my
thanks.
God. No, I was dying, especially the blooper reel at the end. I was like, the things these people are just saying are cracking me up. Like, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it reminded me of how my family is. Like we, mess around with each other all the time. If one of our kids was going to do something that felt out of the wheelhouse, we'd be like, "Oh yeah, great, good job."
That's awesome. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you guys, like, what was your favorite thing about playing this couple? Because they're just so fun, but then when they need to be there, like the heart is there too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was working with Edie, just because, I was a fan of hers going in, but she's just so funny. I rarely, pride myself actually on rarely like cracking. Like I generally don't, will not break in a scene, but yeah, we were going on some runs where Edie would say some pretty crazy stuff, and I could not hold it in, and that's like very rare for me. But yeah, it was just so much fun.
How about
I
for
would
you,
say
Edie?
that that was a huge draw for me was Randall was signed on to this movie when I got asked to do it. And that was a huge indicator to me. I mean, I read it and obviously I thought it was really, really well written and
Mhm.
really endearing and awesome. But seeing Randall's name on there as already cast, I was like, oh, this shit is gold. Like, so I was very, very stoked to sign up and be a part of it. And yeah, we kind of had instant fun, which
Mhm.
was my hope, instant fun and instant ease. And it's yeah, it's the combo I didn't know that I was gonna get. And I'm really glad I got it.
All of you together, like the whole family unit is so great. Like it was just, I mean, 10 minutes into the movie, I'm cracking up to where I like have tears. I was like, this is everything I wanted in this movie and more. Like it
Oh,
was
that's
so good.
cool.
So what was it like working, especially with Ben too? He's so good.
He's
He's so
so
Mhm.
good.
good.
Mhm.
He's
He's
so good.
amazing.
Yeah, I think he's really special, honestly. I think he's he's kind of got it all.
Mhm.
I think he's I don't know, one to watch. I mean, everyone's already
Mhm.
watching him, I feel like, but um I think he's a killer.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it was working with Ben and Sam
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam's hilarious.
playing those dynamics were uh yeah, I think ease is a good word. It just felt so loose, so
Mm.
loose and so fun, and in those more serious moments it felt um also easy in a different way, and it just kind of was easy to lock in to those moments, and I think a lot of that is a testament to the actors, but also to the writing. It just felt right.
Yeah. Edie, you mentioned the script, but for you, Randall, what was it like when you first read that script? Because it's so good. The writing is great in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I was really moved by it, and found it just hilarious, and I have a daughter who's on the autism spectrum. It's a little different, but there are kind of challenges, inherent kind of challenges, and socialization challenges that really I really resonated with in the script, and feeling that empathy as a father, and that that unconditional love
Yeah.
was very real to me, and yeah, it just felt like a really smart script,
Mhm.
and funny.
And funny. Yeah.
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 Mike Scollins, the guy who wrote it, I think is a really gifted writer, and I think he pulled off something really, really cool with the script in that it felt it felt throwback to me, for lack of a better word, in such a cool way
Hmm.
of um nothing about it is trying to be very neat or fit into a certain mold or fit into like what you think a coming of age story is about.
Hmm.
It had a messiness and an authenticity that I thought was so cool, and
Hmm.
like almost how movies used to be made. And like, yeah, I think there's something really cool about the writing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it felt so real. Like I have a
Yeah.
13 and 14-year-old, and then obviously I've been in high school, and I was like, this just feels
Hmm.
so real to, everything. And it's got great
Yeah.
messaging, and you guys are phenomenal. And that's my time. But thank you so, so much. And Edie, I do have to tell you, Righteous Gemstones is like a perfect show. I love it. I revisit it all the
Oh,
time. I'm so sad it's
thanks, Tessa.
over.
God, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Tessa. Thank you.
Bye.